Hey guys, it is Saturday, July the I'm not sure that day. Uh, it's nice and early. I always get up and get started earlier than everyone else does, so I figured I would kind of show you what my morning's gonna look like this morning. We're in the Redwoods. I've already pulled my computer out. I'm gonna sit out here in these trees and get some editing done. Not a bad spot. I'm actually working on yesterday's episode, even though I'm not even close to posting it. Like, I'm way behind right now. But every now and then I get excited about one and I make it way out of order. Like, for instance, the beach cleanup episode. I made that one that day. I've been sitting on it. I'm still sitting on it right now, currently, and it's not been posted. Now, granted, by the time you're watching this video, it's already up, but I'm over a month behind in my edits currently. So I'm gonna sit here this morning, work on some of this, and we'll see you somewhere further in the day once everybody wakes up. Smell good.
Yeah, this is pretty alright. That's a big one.
There's a massive one back here that they stripped the bark off of. "58 feet is what the bark was.
It's just crazy how thick this bark is.
Mm-hmm. Is it soft right there?
This one isn't as soft as other trees we've touched. No. Yeah, it feels like a prop. Have you ever touched like a prop at school or whatever? It feels like a fake tree.
It doesn't even feel real.
Nope. Doesn't look real, doesn't feel real.
Weird how hollow it sounds.
You wouldn't think they're strong trees, like by the way they feel.
Well, I mean, this is also the outer layer, and look how thick this thing is. Here, hold this camera for a second. Let's see. Does that put it in better perspective of how big the tree is when you see me standing here beside it?
It's still not the same.
I mean, it's nothing like walking up here and looking at it. That camera doesn't do justice compared to the human eye, but still cool. At least you guys are getting some experience of it. The whole place just doesn't even look real. Well, what's crazy is looking at it on this camera, especially you standing close, it just looks like any other forest. There's nothing in the background to give it like the real perspective of what it's like. You can't see the bus or anything from here. Not on the camera.
Yeah, not until you see like people walking around does it even begin to start to look.
No. Here, you go in front of me up here. so small in perspective. Read it out loud.
This still living tree shows bark peeling, which was done in 1901 by J.H. French and his young sons, one of whom was Enoch Percy French, first Redwood District Superintendent of the Division of Beaches and Parks. For over 50 years, he was leading timber cruises in the Redwood region. The tree measured 54 feet in circumference at the base and was located on land owned by the Pacific Lumber Company, who prepared the bark for shipment to San Francisco, where the bark was reassembled to reproduce the base of the giant tree and used for an information booth. Information booth? That's surprising that didn't kill the tree, isn't it? Because that's what protects it not only from fire but insects.
But it's still alive up there. So weird. Look how thick the bark was, too.
Yeah. Like, look at that spot where it tried to heal itself and regrow. That's pretty cool.
Well, around on the other side, I saw where it looked like bark on this side. Look, going around it. I mean, that straight up just looks like bark.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it stopped. Did that regrow on this side?
Well, if you look, there's a line. Look, there's a line there.
That's true, yeah, it is all like weird and different.
I can't believe that tree's still alive.
That sucks, it's like the biggest one too.
It said 54 feet in circumference.
Yep.
I could easily believe that. I mean, hell, just from here to there's. That's a lot right there.
Makes you wonder how many more giant trees there was here 100 years ago. Like, that would be that big by now. They didn't cut them.
Yep. Well, there's one in Olympic National Park that they've got a core that's bigger than that. But they don't have a tree standing anymore. They've cut them all down.
Why would that ever sound like a good idea? Like, wow, that's so impressive to me. I'm going to cut it down and sell it.
Well, that was the raping and pillaging of the lands that the Indians were scared of. They were right. Let's make money. Let's make money. That's what it's about. So if I use, oh, there's a spider web on this. I wonder how long that's been there. So if I use this ranting you just heard us doing about people cutting down these trees, these large, massive groves like you're seeing her walk through right now, there is plenty of evidence that most, I'm not going to say most, I'll probably be corrected in the comments, a lot of regions of this country were originally covered with trees that looked like this. I know that I myself have seen photos from the Smoky Mountains where they're logging oaks that barely fit on a train car. Oaks that are the size of these, if not a little bit larger, but I can't find a single one standing because we cut them all. Well, look at all these trees around me. Look at how many there are. There's not very many groves this size left in the country, period. Matter of fact, I don't think there's very many groves this size left in the entire world. So let's protect them. Let's keep our trees. Let's try to keep from cutting everything and turning everything into a hardwood floor for a nice fancy home. Because quite frankly, it's kind of bullshit that they cut down something like this majestic anyway. It's not right that there's not more of this for more generations to enjoy. Period. Look at how small and insignificant she looks compared to these trees. Can you even see her? She's that little dot. It's a magical place. Let's protect it for generations to come, because you can't describe this. You can't put this into words. Come walk through here yourself. Come walk through this grove and see if you don't care about some trees. If you don't, we definitely are not the same type of person, because this is just magical.
You take a photo here and you're like, ferns and trees. You take a photo of you and you're like, oh shit. What the fuck is that?
Right? Well, look around. Like, look close. Stump, 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 stump. All this is cut.
Yeah, that makes more sense, because even fire goes through here and it doesn't take them all out.
Right. I mean, I'm saying though, you don't see stumps anywhere else. There's a stump right there. There's a stump over there. There's a stump right here. Right there's one. Right there's one. There's one. There's one. So right here you go. Perfect example. You saw what we've been walking through all morning. And you see in front of us, there's a stump right here. There's two stumps over here behind Victoria. There's a couple over there out of sight. And look at how small these trees look in comparison to what's back there. Tree.
Normal tree.
Versus this.
Like that looks a little bit.
And that one's not even that big compared to some of these over here. That's what I'm saying. There was all species of trees that were this size before we came in and wreaked havoc. So the native Indians, the Native Americans, they were scared of the white man because they knew the white man would rape and pillage the land. And here we are, what is it, 273 years later, 274 years later? 270 something years later. They were right. They were right. Look at what we did to these trees. It's sad. So going forward, can we please take care of this place a little better? Please? See the stump? Hell, the giant stump that we played in, yesterday? I mean, think this through. You don't get a giant stump like that any way other than cutting it.
Yeah, but why would it just be one in that grove?
Probably because it was the biggest.
Yeah, there was no tree laying down in it.
Nope. Stumps there, no tree. And it was close enough to the road for them to pull it out. Damn, that's a big one. Yeah, so when they naturally fall, you got these logs laying on the ground for years to come.